she goes camping in the woods by herself in a cabin all alone with no help.
Search for a missing Southfield woman takes an unexpected turn.
She then believes that she's getting stalked, and then that these stalkers want to murder her. Then we get the phone call, a terrifying phone call from her.
911 emergency.
Someone has broken into my house. I'm hiding in the closet.
They're in the house now.
Yes.
Then she vanishes. When she vanished, we then discover there's something truly dark and crazy that went on for all of this to even take place. This is a very, very terrifying, spooky story. And actually, going inside of the woods is something that I love doing a lot.
Previously.
Like on some look at that. Look.
No, yeah, that's scary. I can't. That's scary.
I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
Look at my leg.
What about it?
It was just cutting out. Dude, if this dies, son.
Bro, it better not die. We need that. So,
What if my leg dies? Like, what if my leg dies?
if that light die, we look at this. Y'all don't understand.
Dude, you gotta keep looking behind us.
We do gotta keep looking behind us. Y'all gotta understand that this is where like people went missing at and turned up dead. And we come in here at night for y'all entertainment. And this looks so terrifying.
Ras, don't ever tell me I ain't never did no shit for you. Cause this is some creepy shit.
Well, we stand overnight, so.
Like imagine seeing Jason pop up. You know what I mean?
Jason.
Michael Myers.
But first, snacks. Shout out to all of my supporters for having their snacks. We've been getting a lot of y'all new subscribers coming in. Welcome to the channel. I hope you've been liking it. Y'all seen another creator do this case. I looked into it. I'm like, will do. With that being said, shout out Corey X Kitchen. Thank y'all for having y'all snacks. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. GGYS. Go get your snacks.
I just started off in your world.
Now, Ada decides to choose a camping spot that is isolated from everywhere. You see this little cabin building surrounded by nothing but woods. If you scream out, no one can hear you. You're all alone. There's two type of people when it comes to a situation like being out in the woods all alone. You either really terrified of it, or you really love it. Ada, she really loved it. It was peaceful, it was quiet, it was nice, there was no distractions. For me, I feel like I need at least one friend. Like, come on, we need at least one friend. Does horror movies got something to do with that? Yeah. I watch too much horror movies, and I done so many cases. Look how much videos I got. A lot of those cases was murders in the woods. This point forward, the guy would basically wait in these woods.
Because what happened was people would come from this trail this way.
Yeah.
And nobody ever, like that trail literally ends and it's just woods back there.
Woods, just woods, yeah.
Right when they would hit this turn, they would stop right there, look at the water, and then...
Matter of fact, there was a big reason why she loved being isolated like this, because when she was out in public, a random guy attacked her. Now, as we know, in 2024 or earlier this year, a lot of women has been getting attacked for absolutely no reason.
Man came up and punched me in the face. So I just got punched in the face.
Was punched in the head.
Because the reason she got attacked was for absolutely no reason. So when she found out that she can go in this cabin, isolated spot, mind you, she was really depressed and really going through a lot after she'd been attacked like this. So when she finally got this isolation, she felt at home, at peace. She felt some type of comfort. But of course, as we know, since I'm making this video, something bad, really bad is going to happen. And something that you need to know is that this cabin that I'm talking about is a cabin that runs in her family. What I mean by this is that her family been in and out this cabin for 75 years, meaning people been passing away, grandmas, grandpas, and then just giving this cabin to the younger generation. As the younger generation get older, before they pass, they give this cabin to the next younger generation. Like the cabin still goes and goes and goes by the family. So now we get to the point to where she bring her big dog with her inside of this wooded area in this cabin. Her boyfriend wasn't able to come with her, so it was just her and her dog. And matter of fact, that night she actually could not sleep at all. She was feeling anxious. She was using this big dog to cuddle her. This is the reason why I like big dogs. They're good for cuddling and protection, of course, and they just more fun than small dogs. I don't know, personal thing. But because she couldn't sleep that night, she decided to go for a late night walk in the woods. Something you need to know about these woods is that she know at nighttime it could be very dangerous because there's mountain lions, all of these big animals that can murder you. And I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but it's been said that people went missing in this same exact wooded area, and people don't know why. As I tried to dig and look into it, I couldn't really find any info on that, but it's the woods. It's the woods. Anyone can live in the woods for free and be a creep. Now, I honestly don't know how investigators got this story, but they said as she was walking at nighttime and walking her dog, the dog stopped at a bush to use the restroom. But then the dog started growling. She looked at the direction the dog was growling at and noticed white eyes just staring at her. Now she has that pistol, so she felt safe. She's just looking at these white eyes make eye contact with her and the dog. At first, she didn't know what it was. She didn't know if it was a human, but because it was white eyes, she then snapped in reality and knew immediately that it was an animal. And as she flashed her flashlight, she see that it's a mountain lion. Mountain lions can be tricky because you never know really when they're gonna attack you or when they're not gonna attack you. But luckily, as soon as she drawed her pistol at the mountain lion, before she can aim it, the mountain lion ran into the distance and left the two alone. Now, it turned out how we ended up getting this story was because the boyfriend, when she made it to the cabin with her dog, she actually texted her boyfriend and told her about this whole little story and encounter with the mountain lion. Moments after she told her boyfriend about this is when she started to hear things outside of her cabin. She started to hear branches crack, almost like someone was walking or almost like an animal was walking. At first she didn't know, but she was hearing something move around in her home. Now, as she was hearing the branches crack, her cabin is filled with lights. The problem with this is you can't really see what's outside because the cabin is filled with light. You have to turn the lights off and then you can see what's outside. She didn't turn the lights off, so she didn't know what it was and she couldn't figure out what it was. And I don't know why she didn't just turn off the lights. So she was just looking at her reflection when she was looking out the window where that direction was of the branches crack. I do have a perfect example of this. When I was at a cabin, you can see that the room light is lit up. That boy real life camouflage. Can y'all see him?
I did not.
And you can't even see that there is a guy looking right through the window. Mind you, it's one of my friends. But I thought I'd give you that example just for a better understanding. So instead of turning off the lights like I wish she should have done, she walked all the way up to the window and pressed her face against the window, like on some movie type vibe. Actually, after she pressed her face against the window and decided to relax a bit, sit on the couch and watch TV, time will go by. She then got sleepy. As she was falling asleep and wanted to go to sleep, she didn't hear noises again. And as she looked out the window, she see her reflections because the lights are still lit. But then she had a split second where she noticed what was moving outside of the windows. It was not an animal. It was most definitely a human. Someone was stalking her. As soon as she saw this person, she ran behind the couch and ducked down. She panicked immediately. She called out to the person and she was saying that she has a gun. Do not come by me. Don't come near me. You will get shot. There is a problem with this. Don't ever, ever, ever in life say that you're armed. Because now they're going to do their best to be armed up. If anything, you want to let them know nothing. Let them stay curious so they can get hit with the unexpected. But after she was calling out to the person that was stalking her outside of this cabin, telling her, I got this pistol, you know, if you come in here, it will not be good for you. She hears nothing. Actually, no one said nothing to her. She then tries to listen for the branches cracking around the windows again, just to see the direction that this person is in. Everything goes quiet for a very long time. And you know how when something goes quiet for a very long time, you didn't get curious and you peek up and you start looking around because you hear nothing, just like off the movies? That's exactly what she did. And then time will go by. Then she hears these footsteps on her porch. At this exact moment, she tries to stay silent. By the way, shout out to her dog for not barking, because usually, especially a dog that big, I mean, even the small dogs bark a lot. But the dog was silent, not barking. Now, if you thinking, girl, just call 911. You don't think she thought of that? She actually was about to dial it. As she was dialing it, she thought she was just panicking. She thought she was just being extremely paranoid and decided to stop dialing 911. Mind you, around this time, it is really, really late. It's between the hours of 1 a.m. through 4 a.m. I don't know the exact time, but it's between these hours. Tried to call her boyfriend. He didn't answer. She called one of her friends. She did answer. She was telling her friend about everything that was going on. She was like, okay, look. I started hearing branches around the cabin, right? Can you let me know if I'm tripping? When I started hearing branches, I thought that I seen what looked like a human figure walking past the window. I hid behind the couch. I got my pistol. I yelled out to the person, but the person said nothing. Then I heard footsteps on my front porch. Do you think I'm tripping? Or do you think I should be on the safe side? Should I leave? Should I call 911? What should I do? She was saying everything to the friend about what was going on. The friend actually got to the point after hearing this and say, you know, I'm gonna just call the police. I'm gonna take them exactly where your cabin is at, and we're gonna get this all settled out. Ada was like, no, wait, thank you, but just wait. let's just wait it out to see if anything is actually watching me, if someone actually want to hurt me, then call. You know, you're gonna stay on the phone with me and I'm gonna search all around. I'm gonna double, triple, quadruple check. I'm gonna make sure everything is perfectly normal, perfectly fine first. This whole case is exactly like a movie. She has a phone in her hand with a gun in her other hand. She's walking to window, peeking just to see if she see anyone, just to see if she can hear anything. Now, at this exact moment, the lights is not as lit no more. So as she was walking with the gun in hand, phone in hand, as she's on the phone with her friend, the friend is listening, just making sure if anything happens. She sees two people, two shadows, looking directly at her. As soon as she raised her gun right at the shadow person through the window, the other person raised their gun right at Ada. A shootout started to happen, literally. And she gets back behind that couch that she was hiding at first. She believed that she hits the first person. She was aiming right at the shadow outside of the window. She was directly in front of the person. So directly in front of the person that you could not miss. Just aim straight, you would hit. But then that second person, she knew that she didn't hit the second person. So she's on the phone with her friend. She's like, I know that I believe that I hit the first person, but I don't know about the second person. She looks up, she don't see a second shadow. She don't even see the other person. She believed the other person may be dead. But the other friend, somewhere around the cabin, or ran off. So at this point, she's terrified. With her friend on the phone, I believe she tells her friend that she hears footsteps upstairs. This cabin has an upstairs. With her being so brave, she said, I'm going to check it out. I don't want to be scared no more. So, you know, with her gun, ready to shoot. Hopefully, she reloaded it, got it cocked and ready, because you never know. But she goes upstairs slowly, looking up. And at this very moment, for the friend, I think the line died. Now, mind you, soon as the line died, the friend called 911 immediately. She was ready. Matter of fact, she should have called 911 as soon as she started hearing the gunshots. When the police got there, when the investigators got there, they seen bullet holes all around the cabin. There was just one problem. It was just from her gun. That dog, by the way, was in this cabin. Ada was not. They searched and searched and searched the whole entire cabin. Ada was nowhere to be found. She was just gone. They did find her phone, the items that she was wearing, her gun, and they just was thinking to themselves, where is she? Was this a kidnapping? Did she get kidnapped? They couldn't figure it out, because also what was confusing them is that there was no evidence of anyone being here. Then people started to think, did she fake? Did she fake all of this? Everything? To just disappear? And why would she leave her dog? Why would she bring her dog, fake all of this, leave the dog there stranded? Maybe she knew that the dog was going to be saved because the friend was on the line, 911, the cops was coming. But then it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense because her boyfriend would come out and say she didn't have no signs of wanting to disappear, run away, leave me, the dogs, and her family. So now we all just curious and we clueless on what actually happened that night. Days go by.
Or did she stage all of this to run away? The night she disappeared, investigators searched the area around the cabin. And again the following weekend with an organized search party. Nothing has turned up.
From the time it started till the time of where we are right now, there's just a lot of missing pieces of the puzzle.
She's reported missing. Police searched every single where around this wooded area. Well, not everywhere, because it's the woods. Woods, you're going to miss spots. You can't really search the entire woods because of how big it is. But the area where the cabin was, it was completely searched. Even there was a big pine area around this cabin. It was searched. This case went completely cold. She was missing, vanished. People thought she was just kidnapped.
Someone took her. That's what my gut tells me. Even though it's a scary possibility.
Now, remember what I said earlier. This cabin belongs to her whole entire family. So this family would visit this cabin frequently just to search for her daughter, just to get that closure, to make sure she's not lying lifeless anywhere. And they decided to drain the pine. Maybe she's in the pine. You're desperate at this point. So they drained this whole entire pine and they found her 2 months later when she was missing. So she's been missing for 2 months. They drained the pine and they found her. As examining her body, it was clear no bullet wounds, which immediately people started to speculate. Of course, she was chased and she jumped in this pine to try to run for her life, but her body had nothing. The only thing it seemed at this point was maybe she drowned. She had literally not a scratch on her body. And then, after the autopsy, we discovered something really dark. Everything was paranoia. They found out in her body she was doing meth. When you take this specific drug, you start to trip out, and it can make you really paranoid. So, remember, when she pointed her gun at the window, and that shadow person pointed his gun right directly at her, it was her reflection. When she was looking out the window a lot, seeing those figures outside of the window, those two figures, it was just a reflection. And because it was two figures that she said she seen when she was on the phone with her friend, it's believed that that second figure was actually her dog that was standing right next to her. So when she was having this shootout, she was having a shootout with herself, and she's looking at the person shoot back, it was just a reflection. That's why she believed when she took those first shots, she was aiming directly at it, she hit the person, because she fell behind a couch trying to hide, and as she's falling, she's looking at that person fall, instantly believed that she got the shot in. Makes sense why the dog was not barking, because actually the dog was not really hearing anything, and the dog wasn't really seeing anything. Now it is possible that she could have been hearing branches, because it is the woods, but I'm pretty sure that dog would be barking if it seen someone, and especially the way how she was tripping out, the dog would have started tripping out, unless this dog is completely nonchalant. The whole time it was her against her own shadow, her own reflection, because she took this drug. After recording this case, I went inside of the woods. There's been many stories, people going to the trails, disappearing, many stories of people getting murdered unsolved. A lot of the cases was solved.
Hundreds of people vanished from our national parks and forests under very unusual but very similar circumstances.
The best place to start off at is the Appalachian Trail. I thought the Appalachian Trail would be the perfect vibe because it's spooky. It's the most longest trail in the world, one of the most. Many of people disappeared. Many of people got murdered in there. And of course, like I always say, never go in the woods alone. Take somebody with you, friends, family member, whoever it may be. Now in this Appalachian Trail, I don't know how much people, because we know that it goes literally all across America. I don't know how much people was murdered on the Appalachian Trail because I really never done a case on it. It was my first time in the Appalachian Trail. Everything went perfectly fine, right? Nothing crazy happened. The goal is for me to stay at night. And since I'm gonna be staying at night, I want to experience and feel how it is at night. We didn't see anything crazy. We was just exploring and touring and having a good time until we decided to go to a cabin. In the woods, just like the case. Now, of course, I'm not going to bring you any skits. I don't want to fake anything. Here's what actually really ended up happening when we got to the cabin. We got lost. Literally lost. We went too deep into the woods and there was two paths. We didn't know which one to take because we didn't know if we didn't come from right. We didn't know if we didn't come from left. We was stuck in the woods for hours. There's only one reason why I didn't panic. It's because I'm recording a video. Perfect opportunity for me to record. We was so lost in the woods, it took almost 5 hours to get out. The reason why we was able to get out is because they had a trail. The trail lead you to the end all the way to the beginning, but there are paths that leave you off side of the trail, which we messed up. And if you go too deep on side, you see another trail that leads to two ways you can go. We ended up picking one, then we ended up turning around, going out, and we was confused on what trail did we come from and got completely lost, ended up taking the wrong trail. With that being said, stay out the woods, literally. I do love y'all. Stay safe. More videos to come. Bye.